Now, B-roll footage. Here we go. Uh, and we go. And welcome to another exciting episode of had to just glitched on what show I'm doing. The energy that surrounds us. Oh, I love live. I'm your host, Michael, and I am joined tonight by a couple who has a team, if you can believe this, in the same state I'm in, and we have yet to cross paths in 5 years. And we've investigated the same places. So, how that happens, all I can say is we are in Texas and things are bigger in Texas. It's not a lie.
Well, we did have a pandemic thrown in there too, so that kind of put a damper on things.
Well, that's true. So, I am privileged, blessed, and so grateful beyond words to introduce you both to Kim Dooley and Kim Abs. Did I pronounce that right?
It's Ames.
Ames?
Yeah. That's
I'm
okay.
sorry. So, or as she affectionately called herself through the entire pre-show process, Kim A.
Yeah.
Of the one, the only, and I'm going to get it right, Kim D. You watch. Texas Girls Ghost Hunting.
Yay!
We're so happy to be here. We're so excited to be able to talk about all of this paranormal ghost hunting stuff with someone who actually is into it. Because people usually look at us like, oh my God, there they go again.
You guys are crazy. I get that all the time.
Like, how can you do that? They're so scared. We're like, oh gosh, we love it.
Yeah. It is funny. And to answer your question, Amanda, my intro was done by my cousin who does really great work. And we also, as you can see, have a new member on our network, Don Corleone. So if you want to reach out to him, you totally can. But now I am curious because I got to admit the name kind of threw me for a second. So how did you guys come up with and decide to call yourself Texas Girls Ghost Hunting?
I don't know. Just
that's
because
all on her.
We're in Texas, we're girls, and we're ghost hunting. So I don't know. That's what came to me. And yeah, I just kind of went with that, and
good name.
That's what we stuck with, and we didn't want to just narrow it down to San Antonio, because that's where we live, is in San Antonio, because I wanted to go all over Texas, and I figured we would be, hitting spots all over Texas. And so, yeah, I just settled on Texas Girls Ghost Hunting, and Kim liked it. So that's what we did. I thought maybe Kim Squared Ghost Hunting or something, but that didn't have the right sound to me. So
yeah.
So full transparency is when I made the joke that I was going to get the name right, is I had put in the title when I originally set up the space for the episodes, and when I typed who they were on the description before I added their bio, had put Texas Ghost Hunting Girls, and Kim D pointed it out and said, you got the girls in the wrong spot.
But that would work too, though. That would have worked.
It would. But I like getting it corrected, and fortunately it was before airing, so I was able to correct it. So we're going to start with Kim A. Could you introduce yourself to the audience and give a little bit of your background?
Well, I'm 54, really nervous, and a hairdresser. And I've just always been interested in the paranormal. And when I was a kid, I grew up in Michigan, so we would always go explore like abandoned houses and stuff and barns. And I've just always loved the paranormal. I've had experiences all my life. So really glad I got into it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So I wonder if, because I'm originally from the north too, that's why I like going to abandoned buildings too. If that's
I don't know. It's just got that cool, eerie feeling, and you always wondered like what happened in that building, no matter what it is.
I know, it's like a mystery, and it's like you want to solve it. Hence, I'm wearing my Scooby-Doo shirt that has all the sayings on it. They're little catchphrases.
Yeah. So when I was a teenager, like 16-ish, I actually floated out of my body and hung out in the corner of the ceiling. And it was during a lot of people do that, like when it's like the astral projecting when they're like almost asleep. But this was in the daytime. We were standing in the living room talking, and I could see us standing there, and I could see our mouths moving, but I couldn't hear us. And then like that, I was back in my body. So I would say that was probably the first experience that I had that got me really thinking like, wow, there's something to this. And then we've had like our house in Laredo, we had paranormal experiences there when I was about 13. And so that really piqued me into like ghosts and stuff. But yeah, I love it.
Very cool. And Kim D.
Well, I grew up north as well, kind of between Indiana and Illinois. And I guess.
No way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was born in between Illinois and Indiana.
I was born in Aurora, Illinois, and my mom and dad met in Champaign, Urbana, and they lived. Actually, I had my first paranormal experience when I was probably about 5 or 6 years old, living in Michigan City, Indiana, and to this day, it still freaks me out when I think about it. But and it was one of those things too, where, your mom, dad don't believe what's going on, because you're little and it's the monster in the closet kind of thing. And I, up until I was probably in my early 20s, I would still sleep with, I would have to have the closet door closed because it still freaked me out to that extent. And because I saw a monster in the closet, and my mom didn't believe me and whatnot. And so that's kind of where it started out with me, but they rented a house up there that I would feel something touch me in the middle of the night. I would hear footsteps coming in my room. I would be like, have the blankets pulled up over me. I would like put all my stuffed animals all around me, like they would protect me and stuff, and have my blanket pulled up over me. But it didn't seem that one of the spirits that was there didn't seem like it was there to hurt me, because I would just feel it like touch my hair, or touch me gently and stuff. And like, it was just seeing if I was okay. But whatever was in my closet, it was not nice. Whatever it was trying to scare me. And I know that it was something that I wasn't dreaming, because I woke up one night, saw it in there, and it was like a dark figure moving around. And of course I dove under my covers and then peeked, and it was still there. And I got up the nerve to get out of my bed, go down to down the hallway, go say, "Mom, there's something in my closet." "Kimberly, go to bed." I'm like, "Mom, but there's something in there." She says, "Kimberly, go to bed." I'm like, okay,
I would have never slept again.
I'm like standing in the doorway. I'm like, how am I going to get back in my bed, because I have to go kind of by the closet to get in there. And so I like cut up all my nerve, run and dive back into my bed, pull the covers up over my head, pull them down, and that thing is still in my closet. And I'm like, Mom, and she comes stomping down the hallway, slams the closet door shut, and goes back to bed. I'm like, so after that, the closet door was always closed every time I went to bed. And like I said, even probably into my early 20s, if it was a sliding closet door, it was always closed. And I mean, it doesn't bother me anymore, of course, but yeah, it was something that stuck with me for such a long time. And I think that always in the back of my mind, it was always there. And, of course, growing up in my teens, I was always into the Jason and Freddy movies and all the scare movies and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know. And I don't know how it just really clicked with me just a few years ago that I saw a show, When Spirits Attack, a few years ago. I think it was back in maybe 2014 or something, 2015. And they were doing it on the Magnolia. And it was just after Aaron had bought, and it was, they did the show about and all that kind of stuff. And so I was watching that and I'm like, ooh, that's cool. So I get on the internet and I'm like researching it to see if there's, what's going on with it. And she had done a Facebook page, and they were getting ready to start doing tours and stuff. So went on one of the ghost tours that they had, and just like fell in love with that hotel, and just kept up with it, and went on a couple of ghost tours. And then they did overnight investigations with Strangetown paranormal group up in Austin. And so they would have an overnight investigation where you could be there until like 3 or 4 in the morning. And they did the Indian raid shelter and the bottom floor and the top floor. And that's before they renovated the top floor for the Airbnb. And so I did 2 of those, dragged my poor husband with me, bless his heart. And, and I bought a tape recorder, a little voice recorder, and a millimeter, and just went and just had the best time and just fell in love with it. And then when they opened up the Airbnb, I'm like, okay, I'm going to be one of their first guests. And so I went, and I was messaging Kim, and she's like, oh my God, I want to go too. I wish I was there. And so, and it was like right after they opened the Airbnb is when the world shut down. And that's when Kim and I got together, and just, that's where it all started. And I think we went like probably 4 times, like within just a few months or something.
Our evidence was so crazy.
Oh God, it was so, we had
my mind.
It was so amazing. We had such a good time, and I just kept buying, we kept adding to our stuff, more and more equipment, and just it just took off, and we just had so much fun. And then we started trying to branch out, go to Yorktown and Lavaca County Jail. So anyway, sorry.
No, you're totally fine.
I started up in Indiana, and now I ended up in Yorktown, but anyway, so yeah, that's
it's
me.
Interesting that you say, how it progressed for you with the Magnolia, because I actually spent the night at Magnolia, I think it was 2018 or 2019, and spent the entire night and only did the top level. But like I was telling Kim A when we were behind the screen, I was going to say, but when we were in the backstage area before the show started, that I was standing in the door frame to the left of the fireplace.
Yeah.
Next to, right by the murder room.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there, and the two ladies I was with are over sitting on the chairs over by the door frame hallway area to the Airbnb part.
Right.
And something comes up and grabs the back of my shirt and snaps it. And I'm like, my first reaction is I'm turning around like, who is snapping me in the back of my shirt in this tiny space? And realizing there's nobody here. And the ladies are way over there.
I wonder who it was.
That's so cool. But you probably were like, oh, that's weird, but oh, that's interesting, right? And you didn't.
I totally geeked out.
Isn't it cool?
Oh my God, I had my first shirt snapped.
Yeah.
Someone just snapped my shirt. And they're like, what? And so we were all like, then they like came over and where I was, and then we're all like trying to look and be like, what could possibly have caught my shirt in this door frame to snap it? To try and debunk it, and there was nothing
there
that my shirt could get caught on.
Those are the coolest things, and I wish that something like that would happen. I think. Really,
what about the time that when we were coming out of on the restored side, I was coming out of the bathroom, and she was coming out of the bedroom with the king size bed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And she heard what she thought sounded like puppy, and she said, hey, did you say puppy? And I was like, I didn't say anything. So we went and grabbed the recorder in the pink bathroom and slowed it down, and it was sounded like a young male, right, Kim, that was saying pardon me.
So yeah, I was in the bedroom that had the king size bed. I was getting something out of one of my bags, and I was coming out of the bedroom, and that's when I heard it. And so it's almost like he was saying pardon me as I was walking past him or something. And so it was the coolest thing. I'm like, oh my God, I heard my first disembodied voice.
That's the only one we've heard, though.
He was very polite too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what's so cool is when we go to a place, it makes it more for us to go over, more stuff for us, evidence for us to go over. But we put voice recorders in several different rooms just because, when we first get there, because, you can catch so many things that even maybe your cameras don't catch, or, it's just, and thank God we had that. And even in the pink bathroom, because those voice recorders actually are very sensitive. Even the ones that aren't very expensive. I mean, I think the ones that we use are like $19.99 or something. And, and they're very sensitive. And that one was in the pink bathroom, and we were over in the restored side, and it picked it up. And but yeah, so when we get someplace, we usually, one of the first things that we do is we go and we put the voice recorders out, so we can start. Of course, it's usually the first half hour or so, it's kind of noisy because we're setting stuff up and whatnot. But we've actually
if they want you to hear it, you'll hear it. Because remember, we were doing like the spirit box, and I tripped over a camera cord and I knocked the camera down. And when we went back and we were listening to the recorder, they were laughing at me.
It was that I was listening to that last night.
Something right before that, like Get Out or something.
They did. I was listening to it last night. I was gonna send it to you, but unfortunately, there was quite colorful language on it. There were a few F-bombs because you can hear us walking. We were walking through the meeting room, coming towards the pink bathroom, and as we're walking towards it, you hear "Get out," and then you hear Kim tripping over one of the camera cords, one of the ones we have on the tripod, and that was super loud. And you know, of course, she says F-bomb, and then you hear a couple more F-bombs, and then you hear laughing. You know, the spirits are laughing at her, and then, and then you hear "Get out" again.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Yeah, they like to talk to us there. It's crazy.
It was hilarious.
It's funny you say that, and you know, everybody is like probably sitting there going like, yeah, you know, that probably, you know, is unique or something. But I was doing Facebook Lives on a location, and I'm always polite, always making sure I check my language because I'm like, you know, I don't know who's watching on Facebook. Well, all of a sudden, my foot kicks a car in the dark, slams against something, and I drop the S-bomb. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, everybody. I just got startled by a car that was on the floor that I kicked. And it was not intentional, but I do apologize for dropping the S-bomb.
I was doing a Facebook Live at Yorktown, and I was it had already gotten dark, and I was walking through it was on the top floor, because as soon as I got down to the basement and started going a little further down the basement, I didn't get a signal anymore, but it was on the top floor. But I still had to use a flashlight just so people could actually see what I was seeing, because it was still that dark. And I was going down one of the halls towards the where the maternity where they delivered the babies and stuff, and there was a cord or something that was hanging down from the ceiling, and I ran into it, and I was like, I don't know what I said, but it was very colorful, and I was just like, because I don't know what I was like, what the hell is that? You know, and I said a couple of things, but you know, of course I did the same thing. I had to apologize. I'm like, oh my God, that scared the crap out of me. I thought something was grabbing me and getting after me, but yeah, it's hard.
Hey, Michael, I'm sorry. Play the EVP of the mommy from Yorktown. Remember that, Kim?
Oh my God,
the little girl. It sounds like she just learned how to talk, and she says "mommy."
Yeah,
and it was where the little girl was killed.
Here we go. Actually, that's different. It won't let me play it because it's saying it's a bit short. So give me just a second, and I can. There's another way that I can play it.
Okay.
Just give me a second, and I will.
Oh, there's all the comments. I was.
Yeah, where are they? I can't see them.
There's a tab that says comments to the right on your screen.
I was on private chat.
I've never done it, though.
So here it comes. We're going to disappear for a second, folks, so you can see this video, and then we'll be right back.
That one, yeah.
That was definitely mommy.
Sound of a little girl, like toddler, just learning how to talk, saying "mommy."
I'm gonna play it one more time for everyone, and I can't slow it down. I'm sorry. Just gotta listen closely. It's real quick. It almost sounds like it goes "mommy, yeah" or something, like right on the end of that, like Texan "yeah" or something.
What was that I'm trying to remember when we clipped that out. But we didn't have, like, it was just a recorder down there, right? That was just on the recorder. That wasn't like on the SLS cam or anything like that, or the spirit box.
Yeah, that was just on the recorder.
Yeah, we also got an infant crying in the basement where they supposedly put babies.
So I am super jealous because I put a digital recorder that was voice activated in the basement of Yorktown, left it alone, and when I came back, I had nothing for the entire recording.
I think most of the stuff that we've gotten, though, has been down the emergency room hallway, right? And
then remember we got the I Didn't Mean to Hurt You in the basement where there was that double murder suicide.
Oh, yeah, that one.
And it sounded like a man crying. You know how when you cry and your voice gets real high pitched?
Right.
You talk and hear, I didn't mean to hurt you. It's freaking creepy.
And then the other one that said, you better come back. Or something like
that. No, because it was Brittany's last ghost hunt with us.
She might not come back.
Seattle, and it said she might not come back.
Oh, wow.
That was bad.
A little ominous.
She's been back several times.
Oh, and the one that I sent you that was I don't know if you can play that one, but it said Kim in here or something like that.
Yeah, I have it. I'll put it on right now.
That one was funny because
that's so creepy.
What it was is we were watching we had our little nerve center set up, and we were looking at the video monitors, and we saw a raccoon coming down the hallway and we saw it go into one of the rooms. And so my husband and I walked down the hallway, and we were trying to find out which room it went in. And that's when we heard that was the time when it picked up that saying, Kim in here. I was like, holy cannoli, those spirits know my damn name. They're telling me where to go. That's creepy.
Yeah, it was creepy.
So I'm curious with your being in Yorktown, what your opinion and what you got from the jail cell.
You know, it was weird because I don't know if you remember, Kim, the first time when we went to Yorktown, and I know I had gotten in the jail cell, and I think we were all down there, and John had the millimeter, and he was walking around the jail cell, and the millimeter kept spiking up to like 80.2, and it just kept spiking crazy, but nothing really.
Are you talking about Lavaca or Yorktown?
No, Yorktown. That big jail thing downstairs, that weird thing. I don't even know what that was for, but but the millimeter was spiking, and I don't know. I didn't really get any weird vibes, except the fact that it's just weird that it's there. But I think the only thing that I got out of it was we had the millimeter kind of going crazy around it. And that was really the only thing that I got out of it. I don't know if Kim, if the times that you went down there with Britt or anything, if you guys got anything.
I want to say something happened, but it wasn't, we've had so much happen. It's like, you forget, I want to say something happened with Britt when she was down there, but what we got from Yorktown was in the basement and the second floor. And then,
the chapel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the chapel. So listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
We blindfolded Kim, put noise canceling headphones on her, plugged into the spirit box. Okay. I went up to the podium to preach. and I grabbed, it was a it was a recovery Bible, so really thick hardback. I closed my eyes, I picked it up, and I flipped through the pages until I felt like it was a good place to stop. Kim blurts out 18. So I look at the page numbers because I'm like, okay, 18. And I stopped it on 666 and 667. So I scroll down to the scriptures looking for okay, what's the 18 reference, right? And the first paragraph I came to was about witches and pagans going, or not, maybe not witches, but pagans going into caves and catacombs to try and speak to the dead. And I was like, well, that's what we're doing. And what did you yell out, Kim? Didn't you yell out something else while you were?
I don't remember. I have to go. The one that sticks out to me is when Brittany when she was doing it, and I was up on the pulpit, and she yelled out the "see you next Tuesday" word, and and I was like, oh.
And didn't she yell out "stop" or something like that?
So I got up there and I opened the Bible up and just started reading, and it was all about Satan and all this stuff, and so she called me the C word, and then she said, "Make her stop," and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. Cool. Something doesn't like us here, but.
Yeah, see, I'm wondering though if that's the spirits or if that could be the nuns, because I heard the nuns had very strict rules, and if you were on the pulpit, that would have been against the rules.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, those nuns are gnarly, man.
Oh, they were. Down the hallway.
What?
Something about a nun down the hallway at Yorktown, an EVP. Do you remember what it said? Oh, bless something Maria.
Bless my soul, Maria.
Bless my soul, Maria. We called it a whisper EVP down one of the hallways.
Yeah, and I had set up a camera in that in the nuns' like little living room area, that first room when you go up the stairs on the nuns' floor. Right. I don't remember why I set that camera up there. It was filming I must have set something on the couch and it was doing something, but actually something knocked the camera. It like makes a loud noise and the camera kind of shakes. It was kind of groovy. So I don't know what that was, because I just set it up there and left it, and we all were downstairs doing something. Oh, and also I was up on the in the choir section up in the top floor, overlooking the chapel. Right. And I started singing Amazing Grace, and two of the other ladies that had come with us, they started singing along with me. And all of a sudden we hear this loud scream, and I was like, oh, okay, well, either they don't like our singing or they don't like us singing Amazing Grace. I don't know, but so I thought that was kind of groovy too. But that place is just so weird, and it's so dark, and I mean, I've never felt like scared, about anything demonic or anything like that, but it just makes you feel weird and just I don't know.
I had a couple of things happen when I was at Yorktown on one of my visits. Was I put a motion puck on the nurses' station, on the main level, and then next across the hallway on a chair, I put a REM pod lantern. And at one point, the REM pod lantern went off, and the motion puck sounds an alarm and starts going off. Cool. And where the motion was detected was they had to walk through the wood of their station. It wasn't the hallway. It was showing the proximity was like right in front of it. And I was like, they had to walk through the counter. And we were like, how is this possible? Right. And we were trying to emulate and going, well, is it picking up, where if you walk next to it, is it saying, oh, you're in? No, we couldn't. It only And then we would start to walk away, and it would go off again.
Yeah.
But the
we had a bunch of REM pod activity in the priest room.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
We had some SLS action in there too, and I was a dork and I had set it to record, but then I messed it up and it didn't save the recording. Like, sabotage. But
well, tell him about old Lavaca County Jail when the REM pods and stuff were going nuts, and then we got the EVP couch on the recorder in the closet, and then the audiolist was saying couch and soldier and army.
Oh yeah, my husband was sleeping on the couch and he was a soldier in the army. It was kind of weird.
Well, and your voice being mimicked.
Yeah, that's what I sent him. Actually, I sent him that clip of one of the mimics was at Lavaca, and it was when I say something like, "Where are you?" And my voice sounds just like her daughter's voice, and it was so weird. And
let's see, I have the men's jail cell, men's side, Lavaca, and
you might not be able to play it though because it's probably it might be a voice. Oh well, you might.
There it is.
Where KD sounds like Brit.
Yep. There we go. We'll play it again.
See, it's a high-pitched voice, and that's not my voice.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
And what,
folks, raising my speakers to see if I can make that a little bit louder for you.
And what had happened? Oh, I'm sorry. Earlier in the night, we had been in one of the bedrooms. She's commenting. Brittany is. We had Brittany on FaceTime. So she was kind of participating in the investigation with us. So the spirits could have heard her voice, earlier in the night. And so that's why we're thinking that's how they heard her voice. And then when I said that, it sounded just like her voice. It was so creepy.
Hi, Brittany. My daughter's in the chat.
What is she? Oh, is she saying?
Oh, is she?
Yeah, that's her, Brittany Sims.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's hard for y'all to understand, like, that the voice was mimicked. You would have to know voices, but that was my daughter's voice that was mimicked. And we had just had her on FaceTime. So they had a chance to hear her voice.
Oh, yeah. Brittany and I were upstairs and she was being so brave, and she was going. Have you been to the Lavaca County Jail, Michael?
I have.
Okay, so she was upstairs, and she was on the women's side, and she was going, where they say that they would do their exercise and go around the backside of those jail cells and stuff, and walk around, and so she was going back there, and she had a flashlight and she had the millimeter. And so she was walking back, and the millimeter was kind of spiking. And so it was almost like something was kind of leading her back there. And so she was like, I hope my flashlight doesn't go out. And so she gets like kind of right around the corner where she's out of, I wasn't able to see her anymore, and her flashlight goes off, and she comes running back around, and then her flashlight turns back on again after when she comes back around. But I mean, that was really freaky. I felt bad for her because it scared her so much, but that was just freaky. But
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Well, I was going to tell you was it the first time Brittany went with us with the bell, Kim?
Yes.
So we were at Magnolia, and me and my daughter were in the murderer's room, and we were trying to debunk our magnetic reader going through the roof on the mannequin. Okay. So it's kind of X-rated. So I'm unbuttoning the shirt, and Brittany, my daughter, and like I said, she's a beautiful young redhead. She unzips the pants, and she's sticking her hand in there because she's looking to feel for something metal or something. And I made a comment. I was saying, "Are you happy that you have a beautiful young redhead touching your pee-pee?" And then all of a sudden the bell rang. And we were like, what was that from? So we went to the front bell that's in the front of the Magnolia. Right. I noticed there was a camera there. So we emailed the owner, make sure no one touched the bell at 11:45 p.m. because the bell went off. And we never figured out where the bell sound came from, but they just recently discovered a bell in the tunnels underneath because they used to run with the railroad tunnels, and there was a like the stagecoach bell just like that in the tunnels, but we never could figure out who rang that bell. It was just excitement because we were undressing the mannequin.
Yeah, as you say, it's probably the spirit that's in the mannequin.
So that was really cool.
I'm still trying to make a clip of that to send so we can play it, because it's really cool because we all heard it. It was that's what was so crazy about it.
That loud, and it wasn't a church bell; it was a stagecoach bell.
I was in another part of the hotel. I was actually walking through the meeting room when I heard it, and they were in the murderer's room and stuff, and the recorder that I actually picked it up on was in Pink Rosebud's room. So anyway, it's kind of crazy, but
it was loud.
It was very loud.
It was like no one ever touched that bell. There was no one ever even near it, but it was loud.
Yeah, because at the time, the bell that they had in front of the Magnolia, there was you could ring it, but the dinger or whatever it's called was all the way up inside of it, and you had to reach up inside and actually move it, and if you did that, it would like go ding ding, and it was like 11 something at night on a Tuesday night in Seguin, and
we totally recreated it, and we had to really ring that bell.
Yeah, it was and then we, like we said, I emailed Erin and I was like, can you look at your video and see if anybody was there, and she's like, nope, nobody was there. That was a good capture. So I'm like, okay, that's cool.
See if you can play that "Give Us a Show" clip and see if you can hear it. It's a whisper of like a woman with an English accent whispering, "Give us a show." And it was while we were setting up a new camera.
Here we go.
Right, like we're looking at it, and it's just makes sense to a difference. Well, I wonder if I should turn it on. I think it wanted to catch the shadows.
Oh,
right there.
I could hear it.
I heard it.
Isn't that cool?
That was cool. I want to play that again.
Not even bright, like we're looking at it, and it's just makes sense to a difference. Well, I wonder if I should turn it on. I think it wanted to catch the shadows.
It almost, I want to say it's like they were like doing like what we do and going, give us a show, like getting excited, like what are you gonna do?
Well, I thought it was so cool because it was while we were setting up a camera, so they're letting us know that they're watching us too. We're giving them a show.
Yeah.
I know.
Those spirits must be like, what are these fools gonna do tonight?
Yeah. Or better yet, they're probably like, so what are they going to do that others haven't done?
That's true, right? What newfangled toys do they have that we can try and manipulate?
You want the picture frame
if you can. Show the one where the picture frame moves on the wall or on the door frame.
Let's see. Here we go. Picture frame. Here it comes.
When I like turned around and that's when I yelled boo. When I turned around. It wasn't something I heard like a voice or anything. It was actually like a noise of something. So
whoa.
So there's another view. There's another camera that was set up in another room that has a better view of that. But yeah, that was intense. We didn't even know it.
Again, because
we had no idea.
Yeah, we were talking. We were looking at the nerve center, talking about something over to the left.
That's when I yelled boo.
Yeah,
And then also right before it does it, a cord shoots out across the wall. That's kind of hard to see though.
Nothing else moves. That's what I wanted to see, is if something else moved as well. Thinking, well, maybe the air conditioner kicked in, or
there's
something.
No air conditioning in there.
Wait.
And I think that night we had the windows closed, didn't we, Kim? Because we were like, okay, was there a window open? Was there a draft? Yeah.
That's the picture, if memory serves right, by the bathroom with the pink tub in, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And they have since removed that picture.
Yeah. So because the reason why I was saying the air is because of that big door was open in the Airbnb side. But
yeah, but our thing was, wouldn't it move all night long if every time the air kicked on? You know what I mean?
Well, and also I had once we found that, I went back and watched all the video of us walking back and forth in front of it while we were setting up, and you could see the camera shake when we would walk past the camera, because we had a camera sitting right and pointing into the pink bathroom. But the picture would not move at all. So it wasn't moving with our breeze going by it. The only time it did move was, and what was weird is when Kim walked by it one time, the camera didn't shake at all. But right as she went by it, it went just like that. It didn't go. It went.
And that was before we had the cameras. Oh wait, no, didn't we get that, or did we not get that?
No, I got it. I have a clip of that right after you walked by it. It was when it was in the daytime while we were still setting stuff up. But it was weird because it was almost like it was saying, "Hey, I'm here." You know, it was wanting to get her attention. But yeah, no, I went back and looked, and it was the only time that it did it was when she walked by it. It didn't do it any time when my husband and I were walking back and forth. It didn't move or shake or do anything. And then when we caught it that time that we just watched. So it was kind of wild. Like, you know, it was weird. And then the other view that we have in the pink bathroom, you actually see like this big white light anomaly come up, and then the picture frame moves. It comes out of the pink bathroom. So I don't know what that's all about, but
show if you can play the other mommy from the spirit box.
The other mommy, let's see.
It's a man sounding like a child. It's creepy.
Michael's like, from the thousands of clips that you sent me.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm like, is this the weird gremlin noise?
Oh, that was so. I wanted you to play that to see if anybody else might have an idea, or maybe you have an idea of what the heck that is, because
that
it's
gremlin
the
was
grooviest thing we have ever heard.
I don't have another mommy, but I'll play the gremlin noise now.
I just caught like a work, literally,
See,
what the heck was that? Did you hear it grunt? And then
it almost sounded like a cat.
Did you hear it? No cats. And then it sounded like cabinet door shut, and then it screamed.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck was that? I mean, I've never heard a cat sound like that.
Well, that's the closest thing my mind could come to be like. But yeah, I know there's no cats around there, but I'm going to play it one more time. And if anyone in the chat room has an idea, put it in the comments and I will put it on the screen.
I just caught like a work, literally,
the way it's
I mean, who was the boo in the beginning? Who was being funny and said boo in the beginning?
That was not us.
No, so me and Kim were in the traveling salesman's room, and I had just popped the camera open, and like an orb popped up, and you can hear me saying that.
But yeah, there was a noise, a grunt or something at the beginning, and then you hear us talking, you hear her, and then you hear another grunt, and then that or whatever that was. And so
yeah, it's weird.
And we didn't hear any of that going on while we were there. So that's what's so groovy about all of it.
And that's not the only time we got that voice either. We got it like 4 other times, like doing different. I'm looking.
Yeah, I definitely can't explain what that would be, but to me, it sounded like Boo, and then you guys doing your chit chat, and then something slammed, a door somewhere slammed, either a cabinet or a door to one of the rooms. And then, that sound, that it's not a growl, but at the same time, it's like a screech, but it's not a scream. It's like it's something in the middle of all the known like sound effects.
I'm gonna see if
called it gremlin because it probably is a gremlin.
We have no other word for it. We're like, what the heck?
Here we go. Kim's got something.
That was the wrong one. That was the one that you had played. That was the one that you had played. I'm looking for see if you can hear this. This is the one where he says, "I didn't mean to hurt you" in the Yorktown basement. It's really faint. Can you hear it? I didn't mean to hurt you. Can you hear it?
There is. I can't make out the words, but I can definitely hear like something being mumbled.
So it's really faint, and it sounds like a man crying and talking with a real high-pitched voice. I didn't mean to hurt you.
Oh, I heard it that time.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna. I really want to find that mommy, and I really want to find the. If you want to play that SLS, where he was on the vanity.
The one that I have, or the one that you were gonna play?
The one that you have. You can fast forward it though if you want through because I know it's like a 2-minute clip.
Oh, I'm fine. But so what's interesting is I'll share this. The other story, when I was at Yorktown, I was in the kids' little doll room area, and I had taken a couple of pictures of the window, and I thought nothing of it. And then later on, I came back and I took some more photos of the dolls and everything in the windows. And a few months goes by, and I'm like, I didn't really feel like I saw anything or caught anything. And a friend that I was investigating with goes, "Did anybody catch anything in the kids' room area that's shouldn't be there?" And I was like, "No, we go back and really fine tune those photos that look." And you know that tree that's right on the other side of that window?
Mm-hmm.
There were 2 dots right in front of it. And you could make out like the little outline. It almost looked like an alien with red eyes was looking in to the Yorktown kids' room. And I sent it to her, and she was like, "That's what I was looking for."
Wow. We actually caught a dark mist coming from that window into the room, right where the crib is. That window to the right of the crib. Is that the window that you saw that face in?
That is.
We actually caught a black mist. You can barely see it. Now, is it like a pixelation mess up with the video? Maybe, but to us it looks like a black mist coming into the room. I don't know if I can find it. Let me see.
So how do I put the bell in there to see if it works?
You can do present video file if it's a video.
Okay.
And it should, let me remove this one. And it should pop it up for either you'll put it on the screen or it'll ask me to put it up on the screen.
All right. Let me see if I can do this.
And for you, those of you watching on the radio station or watching on the radio, listening on the radio station, feel free to, watch the live episodes on etalk.tv, or you can find them on Rumble, X, or YouTube, and check out what videos we're looking at and see what you think.
We should have been better organized.
Oh, you guys are fine.
Not you, but us. That's the bell that we were telling you about.
And that was Brittany saying, "What was that?"
That was loud.
That was loud.
Yeah.
And to be honest, we never rang the doorbell. So, yeah, I would be like totally miffed as to say what that is. That is so cool. I'm going to play that again because that's just so cool. It's like completely random because there's like total silence right before it. So it's not.
That's when we were sticking our hands in the clothes.
I mean, that's what was so crazy about it is.
And that was in the murderer's room. You've been there, so you know.
I know, and I'm just thinking, I can't help but be laughing right now. And if y'all can see me, I'm probably a little red-faced because I'm like putting together. Her hands are in the pants, and the bell rings.
Yeah, well, didn't we play "You Can Ring My Bell"? Okay, let's put this one out. Did you find that, Kim, or
find what? I'm sorry.
You were looking for something. Did you find it? If not, I'm going to play this. The shadow.
Oh no, the bell. That I just wanted to play the bell.
Okay, check this out. So there was no one in there.
All right, here we go.
Watch that middle with the light, the little light dots right there.
Like
the shadow.
Yeah.
Something went across that. It broke the beam of light.
So what we had done was this was probably like around 6:30 or 7 in the morning. It was after we had gone to bed. I had taken one of the cameras and had it pointing down that space to the left is the door to the restored side. So it's closed. So I had it facing down that hallway to the door because some people had said that they hear the door knob rattling and stuff and hear knocking on the door. And I was like, well, maybe I'll catch something. And so I was looking at this and I saw like that shadow go across real fast. And, we were sleeping and like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we somehow lost Kim A.
Oh.
I think she clicked the wrong button.
Not our Kim A.
But what's funny is for me, the day we arrived and the next morning, it only happened twice, and it was, I believe, in daylight both times. But we had that door in between that's on the Airbnb side wide open. Mm-hmm. And it was, I believe they even had a wedge where it was like wedged.
Yeah.
And then we would be on the far side by the murder room. And we would be sitting there. And all of a sudden, we would hear a slam. And be like, what was that? And go. And the door to the Airbnb was shut.
It's crazy. Yeah. those spirits there are, they like to just, I think they like to play is what they like to do. And I never feel nervous there. I never feel scared there. The very first time that I went, and I was, hi.
Sorry, I'm drinking.
Welcome back. The very first time when I stayed there with my husband, I did get scared. He had gone to bed, and I tried to go on the unrestored side by myself. I had one of my friends on the phone with me, and I was walking back there, and all I had was my flashlight and my Mel meter. And but I did get scared. I got all the way to Pink Rosebud's room, and then I was like, nope. And then but after I went a couple of times, like with Kim and stuff, and now if Kim can't go and it's just my husband and I, he'll go to bed and I'll stay up for a couple hours by myself, and I'll go sit in the pink bathroom bathtub, or I've actually fallen asleep in Itzy's room before in one of the chairs. But I don't feel threatened or anything. The spirits there are just very welcoming and stuff. But I like it because they love to make themselves known. And sometimes you don't get instant gratification. Sometimes you find it on video, or you'll hear it on the voice recorders and stuff. But I really enjoyed using those lanterns and the tripwire because we've gotten a lot of really good responses from those. And I just recently got one of those dead bells. I don't know if you've seen those. Yeah. And when I went back at the beginning of April, I took it, and it was hilarious because we set it in the murderer's room, and we had the lanterns and the tripwire. I always put the tripwire around that mannequin in the murderer's room and put the lanterns down there. And he loves to set all that stuff off. And then I had the dead bell in there, but they weren't using it yet. And I had a feeling that we might have been the first ones to have it because it's really new. They've only had it out for a couple of months. And so I got up and I was like, okay, now this is how you use it, and I dinged it. And all of a sudden, bing, 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 bing. I mean, they were just hitting the what out of it. I'm like, okay, I guess they know how to use it now, and that's their new toy. And so they're all excited about it. But that one clip that I sent you about Norman, my neighbor,
yes.
That one is interesting. Yeah, I know you were talking about the obelisk earlier before we went live, and I'm kind of on the fence about the obelisk. I think sometimes it gives us some interesting words, and sometimes it just gives us a bunch of hooey. And sometimes they are relevant, like when we were at Lavaca jail, and it was giving us. It gave us, couch and soldier. It gave us some relevant stuff that was pertained to like my husband, and it said his brother's name, some different things that it said. But when my husband and I were there at the beginning of the month, we were sitting in the meeting room, and we turned it on, and it was just going crazy, spitting out all these words, and nothing that really meant anything. And then we went in the murderer's room, and it was like quiet. It didn't say anything. It wasn't saying anything. And so we're sitting there, and all of a sudden it says Norman. I'm like, that's so random. And then it said candle right after that. And I'm like, okay, that's too weird, because when we lived up in Terre Haute, Indiana. I don't know if you know Terre Haute, but we lived up there, and Norman was our neighbor up there. He was an elderly gentleman, and he made candles. Like, that was his thing. He made candles all the time, and that was all it said. It said Norman and candle. And then it was quiet again. I'm like, okay, that is too freaky. And so we started talking about it. And it was kind of funny because he would pay me to mow his yard. We had this little riding lawnmower. I would go around tearing all through that damn yard, and he would pay me $25, and my dad would have to come behind me and fix it because I jacked it all up. But he would pay me anyway. But but we started talking about that, and everything started going off and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, Norman's here to say hi. You know, I mean, that's what's so weird about it, because I'm like, that kind of made me think maybe, you know, maybe it wasn't so random. Maybe he was passing through and that was his opportunity to say hi or something. I don't know, but it was just very weird. But yeah, everything started going off, and then it was all quiet again. But yeah, it was interesting.
Hey, can I say this SLS real quick?
Sure.
This is the one that I was talking about.
Only if you promise not to disappear again.
I think I was trying to click on a file and I clicked me out of the room.
That's what I said you did. Here it comes.
There you go.
Oh, now he's gone. Can y'all see the outline of the vanity with 2 lamps?
Oh, of course.
Now he's back. It looks like he's gonna.
Oh, it's like, what's up?
Why am I blurry all of a sudden? Okay, there.
Oh.
Can you walk a little to the other side?
It really does happen. Equipment will go blurry.
I guess so. Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah, we knew that was coming.
Thank you for doing that.
Now it's on top of the it's standing on top of the vanity. Can you get down from the vanity?
All right, let me see how I can.
I wonder if we have the one where it looked like Pink Rosebud and Sam were getting busy. I'm assuming that's who it was. I don't know, but, or Pink Rosebud and one of her gentleman callers. But
I was looking for the Etsy where she comes down and tries to grab the ball.
Oh,
she might have sent that one. I have two. Well, I had 2 figures in Itzy's room and an orb in Itzy's room.
Oh, that's a cool one. Play that one.
That one's cool.
And then I'll play the other orb one when you're done with that. So watch right there at her, where her
there
hand.
it went.
Yeah, watch. She scratches right when it touches her.
And then it comes back out. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, there's no way you could say that's dust.
And it's not a bug. So check this one out.
You know what's so crazy is when you watch all these, to know that that's going on and you have no idea. And you go back and watch it and you're like, oh, interesting.
Yeah. Wait, that looked like that came from her. Like
it came from her.
So that was the night that I saw that person behind me in that doorway.
Oh, yeah.
It was 3 a.m. and we weren't getting any activity. So I was like, okay, let's get up and let's get riled up. And we went through the kitchen where I had just went. Yeah. And Kim was in front of me. And when I crossed the threshold, I heard boot prints behind me. And I looked back and I swear to God, I saw somebody standing behind me. It was a tall man. And it took me about 3 minutes to recover. I didn't run out of the building. But yeah, that tripped me out big time.
Dion, that's so funny. Nope. Lord Jesus.
What's interesting is it looks like it goes down the room and realizes she's not in the room and like instantly starts coming back like, wait,
find her.
Room.
Where'd she go? You know what's funny too is some of the times that we've caught, I don't know how many times Kim's been shushed at the Magnolia too.
3 times. I've been shushed 3 times, yeah.
When she's gone and she'll be like doing a video or something, and then you'll hear the like shh. She's been shushed so many times. And it's always in Sam's room, isn't it? Like it's around that area, like Pink Rosebud, Sam's room and stuff, I think.
Yeah.
What's interesting is I'll share this with you going back to the Lavaca and with what happened with Brittany is in those cells, the one where it's like has the archway between the two where you can walk into the other side, and I'm trying to picture it was on. So when you walk up, it's the one next to the stairs.
Okay.
That set of cells.
Mm-hmm.
I was standing in the archway, and all of a sudden, I just start leaning on the archway.
Oh.
And I'm like, everything just like stopped. I can't hear anything.
Like you got lightheaded or something, or
like I was gone. Like,
oh, really?
Not even there.
Oh, wow.
And I'm watching videos that my teammates took, and I'm leaning, and they're like talking to me, but I'm not responding. And he gently taps me on my shoulder like this, and I literally fell to the floor.
Oh, wow. My gosh, Michael.
And then it's like, I'm like, what's going on? Well, why am I down here? And I had to be, they helped me outside and kind of grounded and back to my normal self. But when I told a friend about this in Colorado, he said what happened is somebody had opened up a portal there and never closed it, and I stepped into it and got stuck.
That's crazy.
And so it's interesting that that's where she was coming around the corner, and her flashlight went out. And then came back on.
But that's also, Kim, where we got an EVP in that cell that said, come back here. Like it was trying to get us to go back there. Do you remember that?
No, but that's, oh God, we get so many crazy EVPs. I can't find it. Yeah, you can find. See if you can find it.
Well, different on the picture frame moving. Let me see.
Well, and also, Deb and Lisa were telling us the first time when we went there, they were saying that they had a time where they like lost time there at one point. I don't know if they told you that story when you went, but they were there and they like lost like an hour or something weird like that. So they've had some weird things happen to them too.
I'm laughing at Don Corleone's messages.
I know, that's what I was saying. I was laughing at that too.
We always laugh because when we're in there and we hear something, like we were doing an EVP session in the pink bathroom and we heard a thump like in the attic, and we were like, was that you? No, was that you? And like Ghost Adventures, they would have been running out of there. Like
we jump up and like, where was it? Let's go find it. Let's debunk it. We run towards the danger.
I know. It's like, yeah. We're the nutty ones because we'll hear a noise and we're like,
we want all that stuff to happen.
Well, that's what you're there for. You're ready to run,
Michael, we need to go ghost hunting with you.
Yes, definitely. That would be so much fun. I'm closer to the DFW area right now.
You are?
That's not too far.
Have you gone to the Old Park Hotel yet?
I have.
I love that place. Oh my gosh.
Connie and Dan are so cool.
They are so awesome. They're the sweetest.
You should come down here and we'll do the theater in Magnolia.
Oh yeah, both of those places. The Palace Theater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh, you had me at theater.
Yeah,
I was like, wait, what?
Because I went to that Lone Star Paracon that they had in January, I think it was the end of
January.
And they had that investigation at the palace that you could do, that Shane Pittman and that other dude that
The other dude.
I can't remember his name. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad. He does the some of the stuff on God, I'm blanking at that show, Paranormal Caught on Camera. He does some of the
Brian Cano?
No, but I think he was there, but it's the other guy that has the beard, the mustache.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of his name.
I know, right? I'm blanking. But he was there. Both of them were there. The Klingman brothers are the ones that put it on. But they had like 20 people or something could go and do the investigation at the Palace Theater. And, so there were a lot of people there, but a lot of them left early. So we were able to stay a little bit longer, and there were only just a few of us there. But I was talking to the manager, and he was like, oh yeah, you can come back anytime, stay as late as you want, and I'll open it up for you. And, he wouldn't charge a whole lot and stuff. And he was like super cool. So I was thinking, oh, it'd be cool to make like a weekend of it and, do the Palace and the Magnolia or something, and, just do all that. But yeah, the theater would be really cool because they've, the Kleeman brothers caught a really cool photo of a little girl sitting in the seats in the theater. Yeah. So
it's the Kling brothers.
Oh, Kling. Oh, the Kling. My bad. Oh, yeah, it's KLI.
Just in case they're watching. I don't want you to get in trouble with them. Ever going, who? Who are we?
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry, Kling brothers.
Hey, Kim, do you have the EVP of the mommy on the spirit box when I was in the tub?
Maybe. Let me see.
Michael,
I like how a lot of your EVPs, Cam, are while you're in the tub.
So I don't know if I should say this, but when I got that, I had taken some red food coloring.
Oh God!
A wire hanger.
Oh, good Lord! I know exactly what you're talking about, and
I'm one of those people that likes to get the spirit trailed up.
You know where this is going.
But that's where we got the mommy in the tub. And also last night when I was going over videos, I had no idea like this existed. But I was in the tub and I had the spirit box going, and you can hear a guy say, "Hi, friend," and then he says, "This is awesome." I'm gonna see. I don't know.
That just sounds super creepy to me. Considering red food dye, coat hanger in a bathtub. What is so awesome about it?
I have a problem. I have a problem. But that's how she died. That's apparently how she died. So,
is it the same one that you had where you you have the laptop and you were recording it off the laptop?
Yes, that one. Yeah, I think I could have sworn I sent it to him, but I guess he didn't.
Oh, I have one waiting here to play. It has a dresser on it.
So I think that's another up close of the picture frame that tilted. If you want to play that one. Oh no, that's not it. Never mind.
I don't know what that is.
That's just video of us walking through.
You're getting a tour of the place, people.
I'm extremely because it won't tell me like
him. What is that?
That's the bathroom.
Kim, what are you sending him?
How long is this?
One of us. I think that's one of us walking around with the camera.
Oh,
I thought he could stop it. Let me take that off.
Oh, I can stop it.
Oh God!
I could have stopped it at any time. I was just enjoying the walkthrough.
The walkthrough of the Magnolia.
I'm about to kick myself off again.
Oh Lord, love a duck.
You guys are so much fun.
I don't know how to get off this.
And
Michael's like, what did I get myself into?
No, I'm actually loving the fact that I've investigated Lavaca once. I've investigated Old Park, I think 6 times.
Oh, wow.
7. I judge it by how many rooms I've stayed in.
I stayed in the same room twice. I
like to mix it up.
I know. Well, I think it's because of the bed size that because of my husband. You know, it was funny is the last time we went. I don't know how long ago it was that you went. If Lola the cat was there when you went the last time, but
the cat wasn't there, but the possum was.
Harriet.
Yep.
I love Harriet. She was so cute. She comes up to the top of the stairs and she stops and she looks around. She tells
Connie and I, when I was there one time, we made this little meme joke that we would send to each other because we went to get something out of one of the drawers and a squirrel had filled it up with nuts. And the bottom drawer and the middle drawer were also full of nuts. And so we were like, this squirrel. And so we were starting to send each other memes of like squirrels with lightsabers or random squirrel moments. And we were like having so much fun going. And so whenever I would pop in and it would say like Facebook user or something, I'd go, so, Connie, do you have an issue with squirrels? And she'd be like, that's Michael. I know exactly who that is.
Well, but the last time we went, it was crazy. One of the Harriet, I guess, has passed on, but they had another little possum that was roaming around in there, and that poor little bugger. We had gotten some Whataburger on the way up there, and so we had thrown it away in that trash can that they had in the kitchen.
Right.
And, it's right by the countertop.
Yeah.
And so we had gone upstairs and we were doing, whatever up there. We came down and I noticed that the bag was down inside the can. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. And so I looked down in there. The poor little guy had gotten down. He was getting after a Whataburger and he was trapped down inside of that thing, but he was so scared. We were trying to get him to come out, and we like tipped it down, and he was just like so scared he wouldn't want to come out. And my hubby finally, forced him to get out. But I thought, my God, if we hadn't gone to look for him or seen him in there, he might have suffocated because of all the plastic and stuff down in there. But yeah, the poor little guy. But I had actually a cool little video I got of we were in the deacon's room, and I don't know if have you ever heard that song by the Bellamy Brothers? I don't know if you've ever listened to that kind of music or not, but it's called Living in the West, and it starts off with John Wesley Hardin shot a man for snoring, and John Wesley Hardin was his brother-in-law,
right,
and or something like that, family. And so
he was attached to Old Park.
And I played that song back in the deacon's room, and my stuff started going off, and I played the whole song, and it was really cool because it seemed like he was into it. So yeah, it was kind of neat. And that was another place that I, heard all this stuff about the deacon, and both times I didn't feel weird, I didn't feel threatened back in his room and I think part of it was because I was polite to him. I didn't try to poke the bear, so to say, I asked if it was okay if I sat in his chair. And I actually caught a really cool SLS footage of him sitting in his chair, or I'm assuming it was him sitting in his chair. But I never felt anything, malevolent or anything bad back there, because I've been hearing all these stories about people getting pushed out of the chair, people getting scratched.
I've seen it.
Oh, really? Did it happen while you were there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So
you got scratched at Yorktown?
No, at Old Park. My friend was in the chair, and it was like leaning back, like they were trying to flip him out.
Oh my God.
And it was like almost, I would say, the 0 point to where it was like literally going to just fall back.
Oh my gosh.
And he goes like this. He's leaning back, and then it's like it flings forward, and he was like out of the chair. I was like, "Yep, somebody threw you out."
Oh my.
We've never had anything like that happen to us, huh? Like no scratches or.
Well, he's an instigator, so that's probably why.
I am too.
I'm not so much of an instigator.
But Kim, though, you don't. When you instigate, you don't do it in a mean way. I mean, you may go in and you may say, you know, poke me or scratch me or or something, whatever like that. You know, you
I'm
may
just
say,
picturing Kim walking into the room, poke me.
We won't discuss what I was trying to like get an attachment of.
Oh my God. Michael, you might not want to go ghost hunting with us. I don't know. You might never be the same.
I think I'll probably fit in just fine.
Okay, show that. Can you show that clip that I put?
I can.
Listen closely for "Hi friend," and then this. That's awesome, or this is awesome. Right there, hey friend.
That was awesome.
Can you hear it? Yeah.
And I like how you like randomly pick something up. You're like,
I was like, did I just hear something? Like when I heard the mommy, I was like, mommy, and then I like sunk down in the tub because I was. You have that video, Kim?
Yeah. Oh, well, I like the one where you hear something and you go like that. You're all, what? Oh, some of our facial expressions are kind of funny.
I don't know why I can't find the mommy because I sent it to him, so I should have it.
I'm looking at the stuff that you sent real quick to see if I can find it.
let's see. I got the Get Out.
Oh, is that the one at the Magnolia? Play it and see.
Get Out PB4. Let's see. I can't even tell what date you put on that because it's like I don't recognize that date.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that's the pink.
You were sleeping and you hear the birds all pretty, and then you hear "Get out."
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, yeah, that was not a friend. Oh.
So the next time we went back after hearing that, I was like, and we are not going to get out.
You're never going to get rid of us.
No, that was actually my mistake. My bad. I saw the name and I thought she sent me the clip, so I went to remove the clip from stage and I realized I accidentally removed Kim.
Oh.
So that one was on me. That wasn't Kim.
That's okay.
But we are actually approaching the 1.5 hour mark.
Okay.
Aww.
Oh, we need to do this again.
Oh, definitely.
More organized on our end.
Well, yeah,
it's crazy because like I was telling her one time, I'm like, what ones do we put on the page? I'm like, we have so many. So we had to pick, like, I would say out of, like, let's say we post 10, we had 50. I mean, it blows my mind what kind of, it truly makes you believe there's something on the other side.
Well, and it's just so fun to talk about it too. Like, you know, the stories leading up to how we got some of the evidence. I mean, it's just like what was behind it, like what were we doing and stuff when we got it. You know, it's just fun to talk about our experiences because
it really is.
It is so much fun. You know, you know, because you do it too, and it's just so there's just something about it that's so exciting and you just never know what's going to happen when you go to these places. And like I said, sometimes it's not instant gratification, but you never know what you're going to hear when you listen to your evidence or what you're going to see on the video when you go back and look at it. And, you know, you may get these little nuggets of, you know, really cool things and that you just that blow you away, like the picture frame moving or, you know, the shadow figure or thing moving and stuff. So I don't know.
There's a lot more though. We'll send you like more stuff that you can look at.
Episode 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because we still have stuff from our recent ghost hunt. We still haven't even gone over all the evidence.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I mean,
we're just on a ghost hunt. I remember seeing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just Magnolia. So we already have a clip of Kim on the spirit box being mimicked. It said Kim in her voice
on the spirit box.
And then we also have a clip of some weird light anomaly. Like, do you have that, Kim, to show him? Because I don't think it was a bug. It's rod shaped, but it's see-through.
Yeah.
So there's no way it's a bug because it's see-through.
Yeah, that was very
I would
weird.
like to get his opinion on that. But yeah, we haven't even gone over the evidence, and we've already got two.
So
2 pieces.
What's funny about for this episode is I didn't share this in the beginning, but I'll share it now. Is I actually found Texas Girls Ghost Hunting on Instagram and started watching some of their clips, liked them, and then I found them on Facebook. And I was like, I gotta get this team on my show.
We need to get everything in one spot, though. We have everything spread out everywhere.
Oh, so
I think we have the most of our evidence on Facebook, right, Kim?
Yeah, because we've had Facebook for a long time. I just recently got on Instagram, so
we're hard to find on YouTube, even if you search it, because we don't have any followers.
He found us though. He put our link in there. That was very nice. Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome. Yep, I am good at finding the obscure.
Well, no, and he was not. He's so sweet. He reached out and he reached out to me to the Instagram, and he did it while I was during the Christmas. And Kim knows how crazy my Christmas lights are for me.
Oh yeah, she wins awards.
Oh man. It is the hot mess express over here at my house. I still have glitter all over the place.
Like NASA can see her house.
Yeah.
That's the way it's supposed to be, though.
Right?
Oh man, it's crazy. It is.
And is it put to
You're
music?
Do it, go big or go home.
Yeah, go big or home. It's not put to music. I did have a little bit of music this year because I bought a lamp post that played little snippets of different Christmas songs. So that was kind of interesting, like the musical versions of the Christmas songs. So there was a little bit of music this year, but yeah, it was a lot. But I got best in show for the whole neighborhood. Thank you.
But yeah, but it was funny because I had messaged your team page on Instagram about being on, and then it was like a month or two later, it's like, hey, so sorry, we're just now seeing this. And I'm like, no worries.
I'm so bad. Yeah, that's me. I'm so bad. I don't see stuff sometimes, and if it doesn't, my phones don't. If I don't get the notification right away, or sometimes if I get an update on my phone, it erases it. I don't even know. I'm bad. I tell you, I'm not as flaky as I seem, but sometimes I do seem pretty darn flaky. I apologize, Michael. But you're very sweet.
It was perfect timing because you reached out just as I was starting to create the second half of
just as he was ready to give up on us.
6 months of the show, and I was like, and all of a sudden I get this message, and I'm like, wait, I just got a message from somebody, but I don't recognize it. And I'm scrolling, and I see a dot next to their name, and I'm like, what? And so I click it. I was like, and she's like, oh, hey, yeah, we'd love to. I was like, great. So I have these available dates, and it was like, I just happened to be in my calendar.
Yeah, this was fun.
It was fun. Yeah.
Look at you. Here comes the plane.
Yeah,
and
did you ever find the mommy? I really want to play that before we get off here.
Oh,
I'm not sure we did find. Well, I'm answering, and I only have what was sent to me. So, Nope, I didn't find it, but I'm curious if Kim is still nervous or if that's all gone to the wayside.
Me,
Which
Kim, or
one?
her, Kim?
Kim A, you were all in the beginning like, I am so nervous.
Vodka.
Well, that's an endorsement.
So no, I've never done anything like this, and I'm glad I did it because, and I almost wasn't going to, just because I'm not really shy, but I am shy, and I'm glad I did it. It was a lot of fun.
So actually, for full transparency, I am shy. So I'm always pushing myself when I do these shows because I'm like, I can't be shy because the show is not going to work with dead air. So it's like I gotta push
I tried to
myself
get my
out of
daughter
my
on here
comfort
with
zone.
us, and she was like, "No." I was like, "Brittany, it's not that. Come on, let's do it." And she was like, "Nope, I'm too shy." We'll have to get her on.
Yeah, next time, I can have up to 10. Well, okay, counting the three of us. Let me rephrase this. I can have, counting the three of us on screen, 7 more come on screen. I can have up to 10 people at a time. So if you want to bring more of your team,
that's really just us and her husband.
Bless his heart. He's like our roadie. Yeah. and he's also an honorary Texas girl when Kim can't go with us and stuff. Then he does it, goes with me and stuff. So yeah, he's actually gotten really good at stuff. And he's like, he'll take the ovilus and ask questions and stuff. And I just have to get him to give a little bit more time between asking questions. I'm like, honey, you have to give them time to answer the question.
that is the one bad thing about every investigator is they're like, question. It's like, you got to remember, you're having a conversation with someone. You don't think their answer, then ask the question.
Yeah, because
sometimes it takes them a while to answer.
Yes, and then I'll be like, you don't know if they're saying yes to this question or no to this question or what, because you're going too fast. So, but yeah, I just put the that light anomaly in there that was in the murderer's room.
Oh yeah, show that. What do you think about this, Michael?
What the world?
See how it's see-through? And then you can hear Kim on the...
Well, and what's the most unique thing that you did not share that I think is the most impressive thing is it starts out vertical or horizontal, and then mid-flight goes vertical.
And what was kind of crazy is like right behind
and it
I'm
seems
sitting
to slow down and then like hover off.
Right behind me, I'm sitting in the chair with the ponytail, is the door, to the murderer's room. And I had the music box facing out towards the hallway, and it kept going off, and like something was walking back and forth in the hallway. So I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Like, was something, coming in the room, and I don't know. It was kind of weird, but I thought it was an interesting anomaly. Like,
well, and there's no way it's a bug.
No, a bug would not be changing its body motion in midair.
No,
it would, if it had wings moving. I could say yeah, I could be that, but there's no wings.
Yeah. So yeah, that was from our last visit. We still are looking.
That is a good one.
One other one that I thought was really cool. I know we're getting way past time. I'm sorry. But that I had sent you, and Kim wasn't on this one with me, but the Lexington, I went and investigated the Lexington aircraft carrier. It was really neat. We were in a sick bay.
That was weird.
And I had hung the tripwire where the curtain would have been, so they would have pulled the curtain, across, and the little hooks were actually still hanging there. So it's almost like something was grabbing it to pull the curtain aside. So that's why it was like, oh my God, it just moved, like something grabbed it, and then you saw the lantern go off and stuff. So it was just, that was really wild.
Light?
That's the triangle, the flux thing that will go.
Oh, I've never seen it with the blue. I've always seen it green and red.
When it's not doing anything, it glows blue, and then it'll turn red or green when something goes on either side of it.
Well, what's interesting is, as you were talking, I was watching the video, and the tripwire starts moving.
Yes.
And then the blue light, it looks like something happens with it, and then the lantern goes off. So it looks like it was like moving in that, like, kind of like,
I think,
getting onto the
bed.
Yeah.
That was just so wild, though. Like I thought that was really, really cool that something actually moved that, because there's no wind or anything. You're like in a room.
It literally looks like something pulled it. It's not a blow. It's like something grabbed it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, what's interesting is, now that I look at it, the triangle and the REM pod go off at the exact same time.
And then at the very end, it looks like the triangle turns green. I should have let it go a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's just like a string of events, like it's moving over there, moving to that direction.
But yeah, it was that. I thought that was the coolest thing. I was really excited about that. So
I was secretly hoping we were gonna play that video, because I was expecting the lights to be going and being like, okay, get to see the light show, but I was not expecting the tripwire to be yanked.
Yeah. I thought that was so neat. But yeah, that was the Lexington was really fun. That was a really neat ghost hunt, and very inexpensive too, to go and do that. So it was a lot of fun to do. It's a lot of going up and down some stairs, but it was really neat. And
military loves their stairs.
I think I found the part in me.
Really?
I can hear it. Okay, let me see if it's this.
We're not going to let you go to bed, Michael.
No, dang it. Never mind.
No, it's all right. But so we mentioned Instagram, Facebook. Is there anywhere else people can find you? YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube.
YouTube.
I mainly, I think mostly we put more stuff on Facebook and Instagram. I will sometimes put the stuff on YouTube, but it's so much easier to do the Facebook and the Instagram, especially because you can do them both at the same time, usually. Right. But and I tried to do the TikTok thing. I don't know. I am so not TikToker, but
in defense about TikTok, at first I was like, what is this? Why? But since I've gotten used to how it works, I'm like, okay, so it's really good at promoting stuff.
Oh, that's true.
But what happened was I was advised by a co-host on another show that I do to go professional. So I was like, okay. And the second I went to professional TikTok, I lost the ability to like play all the really cool songs that like AC/DC and all those. It's like now I'm restricted to their like
their songs that they have,
songwriters that they use. And so I'm like, oh man. So
about to get banned anyway, so
I'll cheat
That's
and
true.
I'll upload it to. I'll make it on TikTok. Then I upload it to the TikTok to Instagram, and Instagram I'll change the music to something really cool. I'm like, yes.
Yeah. You work around it.
Yep.
There's always a workaround. Yeah, I mean, we do have a TikTok. I did make one, but there's only, I think, 3 or 4 videos that I put on there.
Didn't find it.
we're kind of lazy. But you know, it's hard to find. Like if you don't have followers, it's hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
You can, like if you go on YouTube and search our name, Texas Girls Ghost Hunting, you'll have to scroll forever before you come across our page.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Or you can just go in the description and click the link that
There
I
you
gave
go.
you.
Right down there. Thank you, Michael.
You're so welcome. And thank you both for coming on.
Yeah.
And
thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. And thank you for your patience.
Oh, you're more than welcome. And it's been an exciting episode. And I'm like, we could just keep going, and keep talking. But unfortunately, StreamYard's going to start screaming at me soon.
Okay.
So they limit the time that you can do this?
Sometimes.
Oh,
and I also had to watch that being on the radio. I had to watch how much time I'm on the radio too, because I
forgot we're on the radio.
have a 2-hour time slot. So
Okay.
I got to watch that I don't jump into somebody else's show and everyone's like, what is this?
Who are these
Yeah.
crazy girls?
Be like popping in for a show and being like, this does not sound like this guy's show. What's going on?
Oh, well, thank you so much, Michael. And
Yes, and we'll definitely have you guys back on. And Brittany, is that her name?
Yes.
Okay. I start getting confused this late as to who we're talking to. And so glad I got it right. But she's welcome to come on, and if she feels up to it. And I mean, she can always talk to her mom and be like, really? There was no reason to be nervous? Really?
Yeah.
I think after seeing this, she'll be fine. Yeah.
I think so too. It's so
that generation where they pace when they have to talk on the phone. You know, it's that anxiety.
Well, I think it's just a conversation. We're just talking about what we love, and
fun.
You
I
know,
was nervous too.
It's just the 3 of us. You know, it's just, there's, we can't see anybody else. We don't even know they're listening. So
yeah, you didn't even know there was comments till like 30 minutes into it.
I know, right?
I know. I'm like randomly putting stuff up, and I can see their faces. Like, where is this all coming from?
But yeah, no, thank you, Michael, and let's hope that we can sometime hook up and do some ghost hunting together too.
Yes, we'll definitely set something up, and that have to figure out if San Antonio is ready for the 3 of us to go having fun on the town.
Let's do it.
We'll get a room at the Emily Morgan or something and go hit the Alamo. My daughter used to actually bartend at the Omni, and it's haunted.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Downtown, the Omnimax, the Omni Hotel.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So, Kim and Kim, since we're at the end of the show, I'm going to ask both of you, you can answer one at a time. What from all of your life's experiences, doesn't have to be paranormal, but from your life experiences, what is one golden nugget you would like to leave with the listeners?
Life is short. Enjoy it.
Oh, I was waiting for a second going, wait, life is short? That's it?
Life is short.
Uh,
Life is short.
It is, but I was like, and then when you said enjoy it, I was like,
You
okay.
put me on the spot. You put me on the spot.
Positive spin.
Well, actually, I guess I probably have to agree with that. Yeah, life is short, and
yeah, but we're not going to let you skate that easily.
Oh, I don't have any nuggets.
You just want to talk to ghosts.
Talk about the ghosts. Well,
it can be paranormal related.
I don't know. Gosh, Michael,
you were getting good ones during the show.
You're gonna make me think too long, and I'm gonna take you over your 2-hour time limit.
So we'll say your nugget is
life's too short. Hunt ghosts.
There you go.
Because soon you're gonna be one.
Yeah, no doubt, right? I'm gonna be chasing you around.
As long as my bangs don't look like that. This is like sitting outside in the humidity. I started out really good.
Brittany, come to Washington.
Washington State or the city Washington?
Washington State.
Oh, okay.
That's where she moved before her last ghost hunting trip with us, where they said she might not come back. Remember that, Brittany?
I was going to say, because she investigated with you, she moved to Washington.
Mm-hmm.
That was her last investigation with us before she moved.
Oh, yeah, Yorktown.
Mm-hmm.
Yorktown will do it to you, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yorktown is badass.
It is.
Just don't go in May because you'll get fleas.
Oh, God, that was disgusting.
That or you'll get sweat rash.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. What do you call it, Kim? Swamp ass?
I have a friend.
I'll send you off with that.
Runs our
yeah, we're supposed to be here. We're on the radio.
No, you're a friend what?
My friend Howard that runs our network, he'll tell me instead of sweat, he'll say the same thing, swamp ass. I'm like, oh.
That's my nugget. Don't get swamp ass. Don't investigate Yorktown in May so you don't get swamp ass.
Because believe me,
all you paranormal investigators out there.
Baby wipes.
And take a Luggabaloo.
Aw.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh my God.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Okay. Good night, Michael. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. I don't know how to get out of here.
Oh, just wait.